Hey, what's up guys? Modzilla here, and in today's video we are covering a big project, and I will be installing a chandelier to replace our, our current and old one. And Let me just read it because it's a mouthful. It's a Siljoy 31.5-inch wide by 110 inches long. Modern crystal chandelier raindrop spiral staircase lighting with 11 crystal sphere ceiling light fixture. This comes in 4 different sizes, from approximately 4 feet long to 9 feet long, 11 and 12 I believe. And today I will be installing one that which is 9 foot long. So generally speaking, most light fixture installations are pretty straightforward, but what makes this project different is, as I mentioned earlier, this light fixture is 31.5 inches wide and over 9 feet long. So it's a pretty bulky chandelier, and between the canopy and the crystal balls and the crystal strings, this weighs in at least 55 pounds. Excuse me. So and there's about 351 individual strands and 351 individual crystal balls that we need to attach. And most importantly, I'm very scared of heights. So this will take a little bit of effort and time, and all we have to do is to be patient and let's get cracking. So as mentioned, I have all the materials ready here. I'm not gonna go through them in detail, but basically we have the crystal balls, which we already took out from all these tiny little Ziploc bags. Each one of the balls came in a package in one of these, and also the crystal strands. And I had to buy extra longer bolts to mount the canopy, because the one that came with it, these ones are a little short. So I want to make sure that I utilize the bracket that I'm going to create up in the ceiling, and light bulbs, electrical wires, and what have you. And the canopy is right here. There's 13 light bulbs that need to go in there. And as I mentioned, because I'm scared of heights, I will have to build build scaffolding, and I'll be working from that. So that will take a good part of the project, putting the scaffolding up and then taking it down again. And we'll do a video or a time-lapse video on that as well. And I will have to access the ceiling to create a better support for this light fixture. As I mentioned, it's 55 pounds. So I have to create a bracket that will ensure it will hold for many, many years to come. I just want to go over the chandelier materials here quickly. And what you're looking at is the canopy and the crystal balls and the crystal strands. The manufacturer actually did a pretty good job in creating a simple yet efficient set of instructions. So they've marked the canopy with letters A, B, C, D. I don't know if you can see it there. A, B, C, and so on and so forth. And we have matching crystal strands here that specifies where they're going. And for example, this is F2, which means it goes here, F, and the outer ring is F1, the inner ring is F2, and so on and so forth. So we shouldn't have any issues putting that together. And also it has a protective film that needs to come out. It says here, please tear off the protective film. So we will be doing that before we mount the canopy. But what I'll do, so we don't lose track of which one's which, I'll be using post-it notes to mark where A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on and so forth. But it should be straightforward. If we mark which one's A, which one's H, then we know that if we go clockwise, it just follows the sequence. My first step is to build scaffolding, and right now I'm just laying down the base of the scaffold, and I have 3 pieces of 2x6 lumber, and luckily I have a ledge opposite to the floor here where I'm able to lay down the wood perfectly. Just want to point out that I also added some rubber pieces to protect the bullnose of my staircase, as this is made out of maple. The next part in building our scaffolding is laying down these 2x4x8 joists, and they're basically just sitting on top of the 2x6s that we've laid down initially. I'm just attaching these using some hurricane ties, and here's another visual of it. So this is just basically the same idea as building a deck, and I was going to lay it all the way across, but I decided that the 4 feet would be enough to cover our work area here. So that should do it. And I've put these 2x4x8s about 12 inches apart to give it a bit more sturdy setup. Now we've laid down our plywood and everything looks to be sturdy and safe. Our next step now is to shut down the main power for the lights and remove that fixture, and now go up in the attic and build our support bracket to our rafters, and we'll take it from there. Right now I'm up in the attic, and as you can see, it is pretty dark up in here, so I set up a couple of work lights. This is the area that I will be working at. There's also a dead bird right there, poor guy. Too bad he couldn't make it out of here, but this is the area that I'll be working at, and I will be mounting the 2x4x4s to reinforce the rafters so we can securely mount our canopy and make sure that it'll hold there as soon as we mount it. So this should be pretty easy. I'll just go ahead and clean up the area, do some measurements, center it to where we want to place the canopy, and mount away. I just finished installing the brace support for the canopy, and as you can see here, I'm using 3 joists in the rafters as opposed to just 1 or 2, and I've used 8-inch bolts to make sure that goes through the braces, and we are all done, and I can't wait to share with you guys how this turned out. I'm really so excited to share it with you because I think it looks fantastic. And I tell you though, it's probably one of the hardest, most tedious, most cumbersome installs I've ever done in my life, but it's all worth it. I bought this this chandelier over a month ago, and it's been sitting in my living room because I knew what I was gonna get myself into. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy, but I'm just glad that it's all done. It's all over with, and let's have a look. I just want to mention too, by the way, that I also installed a dimmer switch to go along with that, so I'll be able to show you how it looks with and without the dimmer. So let's have a look. Aaron, can you do the dimmer switch slowly? Turn it on a little bit. Just one fourth, quarter of the way. Leave it there. So this is how it looks like, dimmed a quarter of the way down. So that's it, guys. We are all done after 19 long hours of tedious work. You see the result. I think we will be enjoying this for many years to come. So if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please hit like and subscribe and share the video as well. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below in the comment section. And until the next video, but for now, remember, if you can be anything, be kind. Cheers.